Hey guys, welcome to the Team Ham channel. I'm here with a special guest star of the team, the champion of Houston, BCS, with Nirvana.
Mr. Sparkles, what's up?
All right, Ronald, tell us a little bit about your take. Tell us a little bit about your deck. It's all you, man. This is all you. Whatever you want to show us, go for it.
So, of course, I probably did Nirvana. Today, really interesting. I'm not gonna lie, the deck popped off for me all day long. So to get like straight into the build, I run 3 Trick Stars. Like I've said in the past, 4 is just too clunky, and 3 is the right number for me because just drawing into one in first hand and with the red line, you're guaranteed 2, and honestly, you only need to see 2 throughout the whole game to basically have a consistent overdress, because Mahar will just keep recurring them as long as you're pitching the Nirvanas. And if not, something I've done in the past before is I will use the grade 1 that lets you superior ride after the fact that I've done the grade 3 Nirvana from my ride line skill to recur Trick Star, and then go into it and then get another Trick Star, so that I'm gonna go over just 2 at one time. So after the Trick Star, of course, I'm gonna go into the triggers, that way I can stay by the grade. So I run the 1 OT, which is Dragon Empire OT, because like I've stated before in the past as well, the restand helps a lot more to get hand, because Nirvana is very combo oriented. So when you are playing the Trick Stars to overdress, you're coming a good amount of your hand. So if you can hit this on turns where you're on your grade 4, +6 to your hand is very beautiful, and it lets you survive very deadly turns, guard restricted turns, and even the whole Gravidia, I need a hard guard you for a 2 to pass and hope you don't freaking OT me to death right now. And then from there, I run 8 crit, because I say screw fronts. I want my opponent to die as fast as you can.
Simple and sweet, I like it.
So, die. And then from there, I'm running 3 draw. The draws in there, honestly, instead of the fronts, which I know a lot of people would also prefer because of the guard. But this is a 10k guard once your opponent's at 3. And once again, it gets me into my combo pieces if I defensive check them or offensive check them. So helps with hand, which is the clutch in. And then for the last triggers, I run 2 of the original heal, just because she's teal and she's cute and she's my favorite one. Okay,
fair enough.
And then the other one, I actually run 2 of the critical heal, where it states when my opponent's Vanguard gives itself a critical, so examples would be like Gravidia or Basagra, it becomes a 25k guard. So they're big numbers.
Vanguards
or rear guards as well, but from my experience, it's primarily been Vanguards. With the Gravidia, it's the Gravidia or their grade 3 snake that they call Burrito. But this card came in very clutch today, because I did face a lot of Gravidia and 1 Bav. So their big number became very insignificant when it came to the guard because of this. So very hurtful. And now moving on to the grade 1s. I run 4 of the PGs of the Twin Buckler, because it comes in clutch. And very helpful against those Sacred Gravidia matches, which I will say I love these cards for it.
I feel like you played against a lot of Gravidia.
Yes, I did. It's not easy.
just a hunch.
Alrighty. And then the next grade 1 is actually going to be 2 Jimenez. This is actually one of my personal choices in text, because I know some people have dropped her because grade 1 space can be tight. But there's been a lot of games where I will not see overdress units sometimes, and she just gets me into them. And even if I have to counterblast just to get an arch where I don't get to draw the 2, at least with Mahar, that overdress is now giving me a pseudo front trigger. So power over draws, I take power.
Okay.
Then I run 3 of the Monk, because this one will recur any of the overdress cards from my drop, and 3 was a perfect ratio for me. I never felt I needed the 4th one, because if games are lasting long enough for me to need a 4th one, then usually by that time I'm either gonna deck out or my opponent will most likely be able to block my attacks because I will be low on resources at that point, and I'm not looking for a game to go that long.
Fair enough.
The true MVP for my grade 1 lineup, which I saw all day in my top matches, is my 2 of Amelia.
Close up.
Because this is my go second card. Every single round went second and seemed to draw into her. So superior writing into that Mahar felt so good. Because, like I said, those matchups are grueling. Especially the Gravidia matchup. I want to be able to superior write if I am going second. Because, once again, the biggest issue with Gravidia, I need a build hand and draw into my PGs as fast as I can. And going up to grade 4 to get my triple drive, I will gladly take it for a counterblast.
I think many Nirvana players would agree with you. Because we were watching your top 8 games. Top 8, top 4, top 2. Every game you opened with that freaking card.
I made sure I mold until I had that card in my hand. Or if not, I was praying to God that I top decked it, which happened twice. And then, of course, you're going to run your standard 4-up arcs because plus 2ing on a grade 2 turn, or plus 4 if they give you the 2 damage is very, very good.
Simple and sweet, I like it.
Yup. And then my personal 2 of, as well as another choice I've loved to have in the deck since I've been playing this deck and testing it for as long as I have. A lot of people have actually said this card is no longer good, but I say otherwise. It's 2 Urgers, because it's a 15k intercept, 20k body, but the thing is, a lot of people have thrown it to the side because it can be retired. But at that point, I'm just saying, cool, you just wasted your resources on a card. I can cycle back to my hand, which means you'll just have to waste more resources for it. And I'm just like, okay, sweet for me. And then, of course, I'm running 2 of the original Virina just because of the ride line, and it's a big beater. And sometimes you do run into the situation where you want to use a skill to Soul Blast 2 and get rid of certain cards off the board. Like today against the Bastion player, I got rid of their 1 of Restricted Dragon now, so I was like, no boosting for you. So, very, very handy. And for my 1 of on 3s, I actually won the 1 Virina Valiente. Reasoning for this, unlike Expecta, I can simply overdress this on top of a Trickstar on a Mahar turn. This is the magical 28 number. I don't actually have to pray that I have an overdress unit already on board to place on top. So I'm just like, yeah. And then if you have it free and you have an Experidia, you have 2 rearguards that technically can restand. And if this is 28 and this is sinking 23 and then getting bigger, your opponent's most likely going to say, yeah, I'm taking one of these damages.
Now, man, can I ask you, was there any time in the tournament where you actually activated Valiente's skill?
I came close to actually activating it because I put my opponent in the situation where I literally told him I have Experidia and I have the Valiente. Had the face of Counterblast, and he had 3 cards in hand to guard with, so he had to choose which one he was going to eat. But because this one restands on hit, it provides the pressure and makes them think, oh, I got to guard that. If not, it's an extra attack that I have to eat. So he took the Experidia while he was at 5 damage, hoping he'd heal out, so that this one wouldn't either eat more of his hand or actually hit. And then if he healed out, I could still actually punch for game.
Cool. All right.
Then, of course, you have Virina Experidia, which this one's just simple. I go 1 punch. I say my first one didn't work, then we're going once more. So yeah, like you're eating this to the face.
Simple and easy. Love it. Love simple effects.
The grade 4 that makes it all work is the Mahar. And this one just...
Ooh, look at that. Look how nice that is.
It's beautiful to know that I can burn my opponent for a damage and then say, sweet, you didn't hit a trigger off this. I'm going to punish you for it now. But overall, that is the deck. And then, of course, for the ride line. So I don't forget it. It's the one Sunrise Egg, the one Blaze Made in Reno, then Rayu, and of course the original Nirvana.
All right, cool. And walk us through the tournament. Tell us a little bit about your rounds.
So overall, it was very diverse. First round was against Bastion, which wasn't too threatening, but I did know that if I didn't kill him before he got to grade 4, I was going to be in a hard bind. So luckily I killed before he got to grade 4, thank God. But I did have like a PG or 2 to hope to survive his push, but at the same time, seeing what he was drive checking, what he had in hand, I kind of could tell like he wasn't going to have that much of a push. So I wasn't too fearful of it, but I didn't want to get caught off guard. So I did at least try to give myself a good buffer to where I wouldn't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Second round, it was Prison, and like I've said before, and I'll say it again, I hate it because it makes me think too much. And I don't like cards that tell me, yeah, no, your friends go bye-bye. But luckily, Xperia comes in clutch in that matchup, and he imprisoned 2 very early, so I was just swinging for 13s and restanding and eating up my soul. So he could never hit the magical 10 in prison. So I was like, sweet, we're not getting crit to the face. We got this.
Bet.
Third round, I believe it was Gravidia. We all know how that matchup is. So I just did the best I could and said, I'm rushing you and hoping to God you don't see LT, which didn't happen. So we're good. Fourth round. Oh, this is tricky. I always forget my round sometimes. I believe. What was my fourth? I forgot my fourth round. Jesse, do you remember what I told you in my fourth round?
I was blinking out too.
Dang.
Dang, teammate couldn't help out. No.
Oh no.
What about Deshaun? Deshaun, do you remember what his round was? Damn.
Doesn't matter. He got clapped.
All right, cool.
Fifth round was Basagra.
Ah.
That matchup honestly can go either way because of that stupid arms card, the shield. They can actually afford to eat up some of my hefty attacks. But when I do it multiple times, I tell them, cool, can you do it again? And again. And again. They say no. And then 6th and 7th, honestly, grueling again. Because they were Gravidia matchups. And I fucking hate Gravidia. Did I beat them? Yes. But it sucks when the deck is telling me, if you let your guard down and I OT you, your hopes and dreams are crushed. So I OT them first. Then in tops, first round of tops, went up against MLB. Almost lost my spot on the team, but hey, guess what? I sent the guy to the Shadow Realm since he was a weeb.
Wow. Hey man, weren't you impressed that the MLB made top 8 though?
His plays weren't good.
Okay. Wow.
Then in top 4, went up against the run back for Gravidia again.
Rip Johnny.
Yeah, I hit OT first, so I'm sorry, Johnny, but you had to go down.
Dang. All right.
And then in finals, it was a run back from a previous tournament known as Clash of Nations, faced off against a Flagberg player that got the best of me at that time. Got the win via deck out. It was a very grindy match. Some discrepancies did happen that neither of us caught during the tournament. But either way, it was still a great match. I got the win.
Shout out to Shaggy making second.
And yeah, that was my experience with regionals today. I went undefeated with Nirvana.
That's pretty badass, man.
Yeah.
Your top 8 run to me was just amazing. You had to fight against MLB, which who expects to fight MLB in top 8?
Oh,
And then you had to do the rerun with Johnny versus Gravidia. That was fun. And then you had to fight Flyberg in the finals, of all things. Man.
when the deck tells me, hey, you can't guard, I'm like, sweet, OT heal. And you deck out.
This guy.
But yeah, that was my experience with regionals today. And very fun. Nonetheless, all the opponents were very fun to play against, and the experience was just amazing. And
that's awesome, man.
I am honestly still in shock that I was able to go undefeated with Nirvana. It's the only deck I've ever played. It's the deck I love, and I hope to continue to succeed with it.
Hell yeah. I mean, we can tell you love it, man. I mean, look at all these high rarities.
Wallet was not happy, but the deck was. That's all that matters.
And I know you happy as hell. I mean, look.
Yes.
Look at that right there.
They didn't have my mat though, so that's what makes me sad.
Yeah.
Or my trophy. But hey, we have the proof.
You'll get them in the mail eventually, according
Yes.
to Bushy Road.
Of course.
Rip.
6 years later.
Oh no, please no. But anyway, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much, Ronald, for taking the time to do this interview for the team. Just a message to you personally, man. The team is so proud of you. We're all very happy. Like, even if we're not team members, just as buds, we're happy for you, man. You did really well. Like,
I get hugs for life. That's the true victory.
Better pay up to Sean.
And like I said, for all you other peasants out there, you guys get 3 seconds. Anything more than that, you're getting smacked behind the head.
Wow. 3 seconds of hugs with this man over here?
Yes.
Dang.
Don't test it. I wouldn't test it. The Emperor is greedy with his hugs now.
Hell yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Those are my hugs. I polarize them.
Well, guys, you guys have a good time. Thank you so much again, Ronald.
You guys are
and
welcome.
please like and subscribe to the channel, guys, if you want more content, especially from this guy over here. We're going to try to get in more videos for sure.
Woo-hoo.
And, yeah, that's it, guys. Take care.